Hello, welcome back to the James Ramblin' Reviews, and in today's review, this is actually a review of a film where I went to the cinema. It's been a few weeks since I went to the cinema. Last time I went there to that cinema I usually go to was for the 28 Years Later The Bone Temple, but today I'm going to be bringing you a review of Send Help. And the reason why I thought, might as well talk about it a few hours after seeing it is because I think it's worth talking about, and also because I am wanting to finish Yakuza Kiwami 3 in Dark Ties and release a video about that next week, so I wanted to kind of get this one out the way so that then that whole thing can go ahead and go forward. So there is all of that. But what you need to know is that this movie is actually directed by Sam Raimi, and he's known for for Evil Dead and things like that, and he's known for the Spider-Man movies and all of that stuff, and I enjoy a lot of those movies, like the Evil Dead series. I think I enjoy pretty much most of those films and things. Enjoy pretty much all of the Spider-Man films as well, so this was kind of interesting because it was kind of like a different concept from what he usually does. Usually he'll go and he'll do the Evil Dead and he'll do the Spider-Man and things. But what you pretty much need to know is that this movie is about this woman called Linda and her boss Bradley, and the two of them have a pretty, I would say, about love-hate relationship where they absolutely hate each other. You can tell from like the beginning moments of the movie. They work in this office together, but something is just not right with the two of them. There's something going on, and then it kind of expands into this story where they're on this plane with these other people, and then the plane crashes and they go on a deserted island where you see them having to survive throughout the whole movie, and things kind of transpire, things happen throughout the film, and it kind of all goes from there. And so, first thing I'll start off by saying is that I enjoyed this movie on a concept level because it's completely different to anything I imagine Sam Raimi would do. It feels like a completely different film to anything he ever has done, and I do like that the actors, they both have a different personality, a different perspective. So when they're on the island, it's like there's like a certain perspective that the woman has, Linda has, and the certain perspective that Bradley has. And there's moments, quite a few moments throughout the film, where they're both on each other's side, both want to help each other out, and then there's moments where they just disagree and they just don't want to do it together, don't want to be in the same place with each other, they just hate each other. So that's why I said, it's kind of like a love-hate relationship between the two characters, which makes the kind of chemistry throughout the movie kind of interesting, because you've got this one character that's like the boss guy, and then you've got the Linda from strategy and planning, so there is all of that. And I'll also say, disclaimer, if you don't like gory movies where there's blood and things like that, don't recommend it for that. However, I do like the fact that the movie isn't overly scary, so it's more about, I would say this movie is also kind of a comedy, because I'm trying to make you laugh and make you have a laugh and things, make you smile a wee bit, because these characters have a bit of banter together, they have some laughter on this deserted island and things. But the movie is also trying to build suspense, because there's a certain thing happens way later on in the movie. You won't try to spoil that part, but there is something building between these two characters that just kind of changes the course of the movie, so there is all of that. I also like the acting. The acting was pretty decent, because I could get on board with these characters. I could really figure out the fact that these characters have a certain reason to be there, and so that's kind of how I felt about the movie. I didn't think it was outright outstanding or anything, but sometimes it's these kind of films where you just kind of enjoy it. enjoy it on that concept level, enjoy what it's trying to do, and that's really how I honestly felt about the movie. If you gave me another day or two, whatever, I probably would have said the same thing. You know, that kind of film that's just, you know, you're interested in the concept, the acting is good, and then you get a certain feeling for the film, and that's just how I felt about the movie overall. So stay tuned for my next video, because tonight I will be looking to dig deeper into the Dark Ties section of Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties, and should have the review out probably maybe tomorrow or Tuesday. So hopefully that means that tonight will be the night where I will get this all done, wrapped up. But if I want to explore some side content a little bit more and then do the video, then that will happen. So definitely planning on doing the video next week, because it's Sunday, so then it'll be Monday, then Tuesday, and then yeah, I'll have a day where I will record the review of Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties, so that will be happening. So stay tuned for that. Hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll probably give this movie about 7 out of 10. I enjoyed it, so yeah, stay tuned for more reviews, and I'll be back for more reviews on the James Allen Reviews. Bye.